And is it true that it doesn't affect your credit score? Like my mind goes to like, what if you miss the payments on it? Is it
Yeah.
going to affect your credit score then?
If you stop making payments, if you don't pay it as agreed, yes, then it will show. So we're talking about people who are taking care of their credit.
Gotcha.
To get these business credit cards, you have to have good credit and you have to maintain good credit. So it never reports. But yeah, if you stop paying on anything, sooner or later, it will show up on your credit report. So
Makes sense.
make sure you're paying it on time as agreed, or it's going to affect you.
But it's that the usage, like the credit utilization rate or whatever. You could be using all 5,000 if you have 5,000, and it's not going to be dinging your credit score. Whereas like on a personal card, I think you said it was 20% or something.
Typically, if you're above 20%, it starts decreasing your credit score.
Yeah.
So they won't like to see it. So you could have a $10,000 credit card, personal credit card, and be using 3,000 of it, and it's affecting your score. You could have a $5,000 business card and have it $4,800, and it's not going to affect your score at all. So once again, even if you have a little bit less available over here, you can max it out, and more likely those cards are going to raise it. The other beautiful thing of the American Expresses and the Chase and some of the other ones, BOK, is once you get into it, they start offering you business loans. Almost weekly, I get something like, hey, here's a $30,000 business loan. Hey, it's like a term loan, so it's like cash. So when you're an investor, you have to figure out ways to bring money in so you're not always in a cash crunch. And part of that is you can use your credit cards for down payments and escrow by just going through one extra step. You can use these cards for so many different things, and they're not going to affect your score. So this tool, the business credit card, helps you not only just pay the people who accept credit cards, but if you set it up right, there's a couple services out there where I could call one of these services and say I have $10,000 on my credit card, and I say, hey, I'm going to buy this property. I need to put $5,000 down. They'll take it off my credit card, pay the title company or whoever the $5,000 for my earnest money or down payment. And guess what? I put a property under contract by just using my cards, and it's a business card, so it's not going to affect my score. And when I sell that property, refinance it, I'm going to pay everything back, and it's going to be a beautiful thing. So business cards have a lot of flexibility, a lot of use. The biggest thing is it's just not going to hurt you if you're running up those balances, and almost every investor runs up their credit card balances.
It makes sense. Yeah, you're like trying to use the leverage, which we talked about, right? The leverage that you have available to you, and that's one form. It's almost like if you're using a personal credit card, the system is gamed against you from the beginning because it's like, here's the leverage, but it's a deception in some ways from a business perspective because you can't use more than 20% without it affecting your credit score, which will cause you to be unable to get leverage in other situations.
Yeah. Maybe not get it, but at least have to pay more. If you it just makes it harder, costlier when you go in and do stuff like that. And the other thing is like, let's say you're a business owner doing flips or doing rentals and you have all this debt on your personal credit and your wife or someone wants to go get a new car or you need a HELOC or something else like that. Guess what? Not only does that personal credit affect your credit score, but it's also going to affect what they call your debt to income. The lenders who are looking at lending you money are going to look at, hey, you have 75 grand in credit cards. You have to account for that with your income. And you're like, well, that's my business. And they're like, well, it's on your personal. And you could go back and forth and you could show them, but just to make it easy, if you put everything on your business, it never shows up. You never have to let them know because on your personal side, it's not going to report. So business credit cards make life easier for you in so many ways on your personal side and on your business side, because you need those credit scores to get that fix and flip loan or that DSCR loan or that other bank loan or anything else you can do.